Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. My name is Kelsey, and today we have another pick a card reading where we are looking at your current energy and any guidance or advice that your guides may have for you in regards to that at the time that you find yourself in this reading, okay? So we are going to start out by taking a deep breath, really grounding yourself, centering yourself, connecting to your intuition, to your guides, and asking which one of these four piles is going to bring you the messages that you need to hear in regards to your current energy or your current situation. If you have a particular question or something that you're looking for guidance on, definitely feel free to hold that question or send that energy, that question to your guides as you come into this reading. And I will have all of the cards that I'm using linked in the description box below, as well as the timestamps. And here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead, take your time, pause the video if you still need a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to group number 1. Hello, my beautiful group number 1, those of you that chose tarot deck number 1 with this beautiful iolite stone. This reading is for you, and we're looking at your current energy and any messages that your guides may have for you in regards to that. So coming into your reading, group number 1, something that I'm really picking up on is like this sense of feeling overwhelmed or maybe overthinking, maybe some anxiety, maybe some stress, feeling very stressed out. It feels like there's something here, group number 1. It feels very overwhelming. Maybe there's some kind of deadline or something surrounding like your productivity or something that you have to get done that is causing a lot of anxiety or stress, or making you feel even a little bit unstable, like your foundation is kind of wobbly. Maybe some of you guys are moving or feeling like you may have to move for some reason or another here soon. Like you're just waiting for notice or waiting for something. There's just a sense of uncertainty about where you're going to be in the near future that I feel like is causing some anxiety here, group number 1. Okay. So I do feel like maybe doing some breath work, paying attention to your breath, I feel like is going to be very helpful for you, group number 1, making sure that you're breathing all the way and like really trying to become aware of when you may be holding your breath or clenching your jaw, really trying to relax the nervous system in whatever way works best for you, whether that's, maybe taking a bath or wearing comfy clothes or watching your favorite TV show or whatever it is that maybe helps you regulate or calm your nervous system. And I can hear some of you saying, but that does, that just adds more pressure or more stress because there's so much that has to be done. And then I just feel guilty because I feel like I'm neglecting my responsibilities. You have to care for you too, group number 1. You're no good to anybody or anything if your nervous system is so out of whack, if it's so hyperactive that it's causing you to not be productive or to make mistakes or to not be able to think clearly. Okay, so there's really a need here to care for yourself too and really focus on regulating your nervous system. But let's go ahead, group number 1, and get into your tarot to start with and see what your guides want to say. We're going to start off by looking at your current energy for group number 1, please. Well, we have the 10 of Cups. Okay. The 6 of Swords. And the King of Swords. Okay, so group number 1, what I'm really seeing here is that currently you're in a position where maybe you have to make all of the decisions in regards to what's happening next, in regards to maybe where you're moving to or where your income's going to come from, or maybe you care for children, maybe you're taking care of your children and you are solely responsible for making all of the decisions in regards to their emotional, mental, and physical health, as well as, you know, their education and all of the things that come along with that. And it kind of feels like group number 1, you're in the state of having to constantly be like the logical person, having to constantly make all of the decisions, or at least feeling like you do. Feeling like every move or everything in life is reliant on the decisions that you make, and it may feel very overwhelming or very heavy even, because it's like if you make one mistake or if you make the wrong decision, it's like all of that responsibility falls on you, because you for some reason are solely responsible for making all of these decisions. I feel like group number 1, there's something here where there's maybe a conversation that needs to be had. If you have a partner, or even if it's at work, if you have a coworker, or maybe talking to your boss or your supervisor, or your family, just talking to somebody, regardless of where this is in your life, is going to depend on who it is that you're talking to, right? But there's something here about really needing to kind of spread that responsibility out in some way, shape, or form, or at least talk to somebody about that, because it feels very heavy on you. Like maybe you've been doing this for a long time and you've just come to this point where you're like, it's almost like feeling so scared to make the wrong move, or to make a decision that's going to harm your children in the long run, or to make a decision that's going to end up in failure, or however that might come through. But that's just really the energy that I'm picking up on around my group number 1 here. Some of you guys have made the decision to get sober or to get clean. And you may be going through that right now, and that may be bringing up a lot of insecurities or a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety, right? And in that case, there's a need to, again, kind of find somebody or family or friends, or even at work, or however that comes through for you, that you can talk to, that you can lean on, that can help you carry that burden, that load, that weight that you're currently struggling with, group number 1. Okay, let's see what else your spirit guides want to say to you about this for group number 1, please. We have the 2 of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely something here where it's like a lot of the stress that's coming is because you aren't able to see the finish line or the outcome or the product of what your decisions are going to lead to. And that's causing you a lot of anxiety right now, group number 1. And then we also have the Knight of Wands and the 6 of Coins. Yeah, so there's some sort of element here, group number 1, where it's like you are uncertain or unclear about where you're headed, or about how something's going to turn out. And it almost feels like it's causing like this kind of paralyzed energy, like not being able to move, not being able to make a decision, being very uncertain, very unclear, almost stuck in this situation. And I think part of that is like this fear with this Knight of Wands here. I'm picking up on this energy of like when you drop a letter into the mailbox, there's no taking it back, right? There's something here where it's like you're really hyper focused on this idea that if you make a decision or if you take some sort of action, you know that there's no way to reverse it, and that's causing you to not take action. Or for some of you guys, this could also come out being very impulsive. Both sides of the scales here, where you act very impulsively because you know if you don't act, then you're not going to go anywhere. But it can also kind of lead to like the sense of recklessness. Interesting. So your guides want you to know that there is a need for balance here in regards to this, which I feel like you guys already know. But there's this message here with the Six of Coins that what goes around comes around, right? There's something here about what you've put out is going to come back to you. Your energy is coming back to you in some way, shape, or form. As well as with the Six of Pentacles, I'm really picking up on this need to clear out clutter, this need to let go of things that you no longer need in your physical environment, clearing out any clothes or any items that you can donate or get rid of in your space that can make things clearer, that can also help you really regulate your nervous system because your environment isn't overwhelming you. There's something here about having a lot of your past surrounding you. I'm seeing that here in the Ten of Cups with all of these cups around this dragon. I'm seeing this here with the Six of Swords. This feels very cluttered here and holding on to a lot of your past and present energies, and it's keeping you from moving forward. This idea that like, well, I can't leave my hometown because this is where I grew up and I have so many memories here and my friends live here and this is all I've ever known. I can't move away from this place. And then I'm also seeing that with the Six of Coins, this idea of almost trapping yourself, convincing yourself that you can't do something that maybe your soul is calling you to do because you're attached or dependent or codependent even on a particular place or item or situation from your past that you are having a hard time letting go of. So there is this essence here, group number one, of really needing to clear your space, really needing to let go of the past as well so that you can be able to see forward more clearly. So that may be what's really holding you up here, group number one. That may be why this Two of Swords is showing up here, why you're not able to see the outcome of something because you're far too focused on not being able to let go of the past or not being able to let go of something that connects you to a time in your life that feels very significant. But there's this message from your guides here saying even if you don't have this physical item or even if you're not in this physical environment, you're always going to have those memories. Don't allow this idea of having to be in a particular place or at a particular time to hold you back from your potential, because I'm really seeing here it's like you're spinning your tires, like your soul, your body, your energy, your higher self really wants to move forward, but it's like you're resisting this. And that just adds to that confusion and that burnout and that overthinking and anxiety type energy, right? Let's pull some more cards here and take a look at where you are trying to be led to for group number one. Where is your soul trying to lead you to? Where are you meant to be going from here? Group number one. We have the Seven of Swords. The Queen of Wands. And the Four of Cups. Okay. And the subconscious energy we have here for you guys is the Wheel of Fortune, which I love. It's time to change. It's time to move forward. It's time for a change in season. It's time for a change of pace here for group number 1. But you guys are being led away from certain situations, energies, environments that really deplete you. I feel group number 1, you guys are very depleted. You're very energetically drained. You're very much so burnt out. And a big part of this has to do with where you are choosing to keep yourself at is in a place where everybody and everything is constantly pulling at your energy. It's like you're that person that everybody goes to. You're that person that everybody wants something from. And there's this sense of guilt, I feel like, that you're harboring, group number 1, where it's like, well, all of these people need me, so I can't leave. I can't move on. I can't do what's best for me because I'm what's best for them. No, you are causing yourself so much distress, group number 1, and your spirit guides are coming forth here saying it is time to lay down boundaries. It is time to speak up for yourself. It is time to harness your energy and empower yourself and choose yourself, right? It's time to stop allowing others to empty your cup. You don't fill your cup up for other people. And I see that a lot in this reading. There's so much of that in this reading where it's like you have so, like, even this 10 of Cups, the 10 of Cups typically, can talk about having like a very happy family and being very emotionally fulfilled. But what I'm seeing in this particular 10 of Cups is all of these cups surrounding you. You've filled all of these cups up for everybody else to come and take away. And you filled it up with your own energy, your own love, your own ambition, your own imagination, your own ideas. And it's like everybody is kind of like circling like a hawk ready to swoop down and take these from you. And I feel like you've been living in this space for quite some time, group number 1, and your spirit guides are saying it's time to lay down boundaries. It's time to choose yourself. It's time to stop giving so much so that you can give to yourself. It's time to replenish yourself, your emotional self, your mental self, your physical self. Some of you guys have been trying to save money. You've been trying to build some sort of, pocket, or been trying to buy a home, or trying to do something that's quite significant for you in your path that has to do with needing finances. And maybe you've been wondering why you haven't been able to accomplish that. And I feel like a big part of it is that all of the energy that is going out, whether it be energetically, emotionally, mentally, even physically, if people are borrowing money. But I feel like a big part of this is just that everything and everybody else that's draining your energy, that's pulling at your energy, is causing you to not have the sufficient resources internally to be able to do the work that's required to build whatever it is you're trying to build. And your spirit guides are coming forth here very clearly saying it's time to move forward. It's time for a change in seasons. It's time for a change in pace. It's time to look forward instead of looking back in this sense of guilt or this need to save everybody from your hometown, or to save the people around you that didn't have it as good or don't have it as good, or to live in this constant space of maybe even having to pay back the debt because somebody helped you when you were in need. And it's like you've paid that debt 10 times over, group number 1. Your guides are saying you've paid that debt. It's time to move forward. Okay? So let's go ahead, group number 1, and pull a couple oracle messages for you here. Group number 1. Spirit Guardian of Spring activation. Yes, I feel like you guys are currently going through some activations, and you're going to have these energetic this energetic increase. And you're being asked to utilize that kind of for yourself, right? To propel yourself forward instead of dispensing that energy into other people or other situations, or allowing other people to pull at that. With the Seven of Swords, I'm really, really feeling like you guys have some people that are pulling on your energy, constantly pulling at your energy, constantly trying to utilize your energy to replenish themselves. And there's a need to be aware of that, okay? It's spring, though, the guardian of spring, and it's activation, and it's rebirth, and it's renewal, and it's a fresh start. Group number 1, that's what you need to focus on, a fresh start. And we see that with the Wheel of Fortune subconsciously as well. You know this already, okay? We also have Wild Rose Fairy with love. I feel like group number 1, there may be a need to evaluate what love is to you, and to evaluate how you maybe give or receive love, because I feel like for some of you guys, you associate love with what others do or what you can do for others, and you will drain yourself dry and give away every single thing that you have to try to prove your love to somebody, and it's not being received that way, because the people that you're giving that to are just wanting what you have to give. There's like a disconnect there. Interesting. So you may be experiencing like some unrequited love, or you may have struggled with this maybe even for the entirety of your life. Group number 1. So that may be something that you're currently going through as well, like learning how to reserve your own energetic kind of resources, and not associating giving everything you have away with love. Well, if you loved me, then you'd do this. That may be something that you guys heard a lot in your life. That's not love. That feels very toxic for some of you guys here. Let's pull some more cards. What I'm hearing here, some of you guys may really I heard, like, when I started talking about that, I heard, well, my love language is whatever, acts of service or gift giving or whatever. And what I'm hearing is you need to practice those love languages on yourself. Okay? And then we have the Jinn, wildness, enigma, and service and choices. Yes, there's something very, very significant surrounding the choices that you're making here, group number 1. And we have the Banyan blessings, security, the Hermit, expansion and stability. Yeah, it's time to pull your energy back. It's time to reserve your energy. It's time to stabilize yourself, build your own stability, expand yourself. Maybe some of you guys, again, I'm really picking up on trying to move or build a home or relocate to a place where you can settle down or stabilize. And that is something that your guides are really, really pushing towards here, like really allowing yourself to detach from whatever it is that's keeping you where you are, and allowing yourself to move, to find security, to move by yourself even, or just like your immediate household, your immediate family, if you have a partner or children or whatever, to relocate to a place where people aren't constantly pulling at you. Interesting. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful group number 1. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below, let me know if you chose pile number 1, and consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 2. Those of you that chose the Merlin Tarot here, deck number 2, with the Amazonite stone, This reading is for you, and we are looking at your current energy and any guidance or advice that Spirit has for you in regards to that at this time, group number 2, okay? So something that I'm really picking up on here is water, like waves, water, the ocean. So group number 2, you guys may be in a space where there is a need for cleansing. You may be in a space where there are some empathic, intuitive kind of activations happening. And there's a need for gentleness, for softness coming in here. Group number 2, you guys may be going through like a healing or an activation of the divine feminine within you, or really it feels like healing. Heart healing, heart space healing, sacral chakra healing, group number 2. Okay. Let's go ahead, group number 2, and get into your reading then. And we're going to start off by taking a look at your current energy. For group number 2, please. Group number 2, something that I'm picking up on here is this sense of static. Some of you guys may not know how you currently feel, or you may be trying to shield yourself. Either shield how you currently feel from yourself or from others, or it's like you have this wall up for some reason or another, not wanting to allow somebody specific or something specific in. Our first card here is the Ace of Swords. Okay. Justice. Wow. And the Eight of Cups. Okay. Okay, group number 2. So what I really see here for you in regards to your current energy is this idea that you are currently in this space where you are learning how to process, maybe accept the truth. Maybe you've been in denial for a long period of time in regards to something. It could be in regards to a relationship, in regards to some sort of injustice. Potentially, I'm seeing this here like turning a blind eye to somebody taking something, turning a blind eye to being cheated on or being betrayed in some way, shape, or form. And there's this kind of acceptance of the truth, acceptance of what was happening or what did happen, what is happening. It's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but there is this sense of being in a current state of almost mourning or grief, because you finally allowed yourself to face something that you've been turning away from for a period of time. Some of you guys may not even be in this situation anymore, or may have not been in this situation anymore for a period of time, but you're just now allowing yourself to look at it for what it truly was, instead of almost gaslighting yourself into believing that it wasn't as bad as it was, or trying to convince yourself that, if it was involved somebody else, like it wasn't as bad as it was, or they must have had their reasons, or they didn't do it to hurt me, or whatever it was. It's like you're currently in this space where you are allowing the truth in, which means you have to allow yourself to kind of purge. And that may be where this water element is coming in at with this Eight of Cups. There's a need to allow it to be washed away. There is a balancing of the karmic scales here for group number 2. because maybe you've been in the sense of denial or convinced yourself that you weren't it's just a sense of denial. I don't know how else to put it. It's like because you were in that sense of denial, the karmic scales have been out of balance for a period of time. So you may have experienced a lot of hardship because of that. Not because like you did anything bad or because like you were paying karmic debt, but because karmic energies couldn't balance on your side of the scale if you didn't allow them in. If you didn't allow the truth in, if you didn't allow the energy in that would balance those scales. And it's like now you are. And now you're realizing that you are, it's almost like you're finally kind of taking on this role of being your own lawyer. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. Being your own lawyer, fighting for yourself, activating for yourself. Some of you guys may be dealing with certain court cases or injustices. Even if they're from the past, I'm seeing something coming from those in your favor. But your current energy here is kind of this energy of acceptance, of surrender, or of needing to. Currently in the process of. Okay, let's pull some more cards here. Group number 2. What do your spirit guides want you to know about your current energy? Group number 2. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and Strength in reverse. Okay. So group number 2, what I see with this is that your guides really want you to know that okay, a few things coming in here. First of all, your guides want you to know that this purging, this grief, this release, this water element is what is going to water your future. It's making room for you to be able to plant more seeds, right? Even here on this Page of Pentacles, like he's holding this seed and we have this ocean back here. And it's like this is necessary for you to be able to move forward. Some of you guys, there's a new job coming out of this because maybe you're going to realize that you are very good at something that you had to do in order to go through this process of injustice or betrayal. Some of you guys, maybe you're literally going into some sort of counseling position or guidance position or even lawyer position. Like you're realizing that you're very good at mediating in some way, shape, or form. But even if it's not in that particular role, there's like this sense of still getting this new job or new opportunity because of those skills that you have. Okay, and then we have the Two of Wands, which is telling you to plan accordingly. There's a need to plan for your future. Group number 2, your spirit guides are coming forth here saying there's a need for a 5-year plan. There's a need for you to look forward. Interesting. And with Strength in reverse here, this is telling me like there's this need to, for one, I'm hearing it's safe to let your guard down. Okay? There's a need for you to let your guard down. As I said, it's like this energy of coming into surrender here. And the only way that this opportunity is going to come in, that your future is going to unfold in front of you, is by you allowing yourself that gentleness, that softness that we were talking about. You don't have to charge your way through everything. Not anymore. Okay. Some of you guys, there may be some talk of going back to school or investing in lessons or internships or some sort of training that may take a period of time, and your guides are saying there's a need to do this, to plan for the future, to invest into yourself, to invest into your future. Interesting. So for some of you guys, there's this idea here of, even though even though this situation was difficult, even though this situation maybe went on for a long period of time before you were able to come into the truth, or before the truth was revealed, or before you accepted the betrayal that had happened, or however this may have happened for you, this was necessary in order to align you to this future that I feel like you are very meant for. You had to go through that to learn the skills to be in this Page of Pentacles energy, to be able to build something for your future. I hope that makes sense. Let's pull some more cards here. Group number 2. Okay. That was the 9 of Wands. And I feel like your guides are wanting you to know that the battle is over, okay? The war has been won. The battle is over. The part of the battle that requires you to constantly be in survival, to perceive everything as a threat, to be in that fight or flight mode, that part is over, okay? Next we have the 4 of Wands. I love it so much. It's time for stability. It's time for building a foundation. It's time for building a home, building a future, building a foundation, building a community, building that business. The Star, healing. And the Star also has this element of the future, of prophecy, of destiny, right? We see a shooting star and we make a wish, and it's like your wish that you wished for however long ago is coming, okay? That's the future that you're moving towards. And then we also have the Page of Swords coming out in reverse here. Okay. Subconscious energy, we have the 2 of Cups. I love it. So group number 2, I feel like the guidance that your guides are wanting to give you, the actions they're wanting you to take, is to allow yourself to commit to your future. With this 4 of Wands here, there's a need for commitment, there's a need for stability, there's a need for dedication here, which may be something that you've really had to work through, with this need to accept the truth, with this need to work through the trust issues, right? Especially with this betrayal, there is an essence here of learning how to trust again, learning how to trust yourself, learning how to trust others, learning how to trust your path. And that's very healing for you, very nurturing. And again, we have this water here. Pouring back into yourself. But there's something here with this Two of Wands and the Star here. It's like your future, you're being led to your destiny. You're being led to your true purpose with the Ace of Swords here, right? It's like you're being led to this Excalibur to pull it out so that you know that your true purpose is to be the once and future king, right? So there's a need for you to know that even though things have been very difficult, group number 2, you're stepping into a part of your life that is very fulfilling, that is very stable, that is very nurturing. And with the Page of Swords here, this is telling me that I feel like for some of you guys here, something that I keep hearing is that maybe you went through something that made you question whether it was all in your head, or, you know, maybe you went through some sort of relationship or situation, or were in some sort of environment where you were very much so told that what you were seeing right in front of you or what you were experiencing wasn't true. Almost like this gaslighting type situation, or being in some sort of narcissistic energy, or in some sort of reality where you were being told to believe that the truth of the matter, or that the reality wasn't real. You may have even been called crazy, or again told that it was all in your head. And the Page of Swords coming out in reverse is saying that that is healing. It wasn't in your head. Okay, group number 2, it wasn't. So there's a need, there's a message here. Your guides are saying this healing and this stability that's coming in is really going to help your perception of self, and really going to help your mental health, and really going to help your mind heal from those past experiences, group number 2, which is beautiful. The subconscious energy we have here on the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. We talk about commitment, we talk about dedication, we talk about trust, right? So there's a need to know that that part of you that was fractured in the past is healing. So some of you guys may be coming into a new relationship with the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck and the Four of Wands here. Maybe it's a soulmate situation, twin flame situation, somebody that came in and really, I want to say, saved you either from yourself or from somebody else, or really gave you a reason to move away from this injustice that you were experiencing, whether it be friend, lover, whoever. It doesn't matter what role they play in your life. It's somebody came in and they really picked you up, and they really showed you how strong you really are, but they also held this space for you in a way where you don't have to be strong all the time. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to. Okay, so let's pull some oracle cards, group number 2. Let's see what other guidance your guides have for you for group number 2, please. We have the Unicorn with purity. Yes, there's this essence of cleansing, of detox, of washing away the past, washing away the pain, really coming out of this sense of denial for some of you guys, right? The Unicorn may be a sign, a symbol, a message from your guides to let you know that what you're experiencing in that moment is significant to this purification and to this healing. And then we also have standing stones with passage. And that's very interesting because I want to just glance at those two that fell out. But with this, we have this passageway, right? With this, we have this passageway. With this, we have this passageway. There's something very significant about the fact that you are moving through some sort of passage, some sort of rite of passage. That's very significant. So I do feel like the standing stones or like pillars or any sort of monumental doorway, or even like the stone circles, may come up as well for you as a symbol, a message. Group number 2. Okay, so let's glance at these real quick that fell out. We have energy with fire spirit, yes, and patience. Yeah, I feel like your energy is being restored. You've been in a period of fog, of uncertainty, of not knowing where you're going, because you had to first go through this energetic healing before you were able. It's like you had to sit in this, you had to be here, you had to acknowledge it, you had to recognize it, you had to accept the truth before you were able to move away from it. And Spirit just wanted to confirm that your energy is being restored, and you are moving out of that foggy situation. You are moving out of that uncertainty. You are moving away from whatever it was that caused this. Okay, let's pull some more cards for group number 2, please. We have the snake skin, information, secrets, body language, and senses. Yeah, I feel like you guys are very good at reading body language and very good at recognizing what's been hidden, recognizing the truth. You're very good at recognizing the truth. We see that here with this energetic kind of lawyer energy and the truth with the Ace of Swords. And I feel like your guides want you to really know that that is true, that is real. It is not all in your head. You do have this ability to see that information, and there's a need to trust it, right? We're being kind of Spirit is kind of enforcing that, reinforcing that. There's a need to trust. A need to trust what you're seeing. A need to trust what you're recognizing, okay? And then we have Earth Mother with psychic recharge, grounded healer, mentor, and layers. I love that so much, group number 2. There's definitely this energetic kind of signature of a mentor, of a counselor, of a guidance in some way, shape, or form. But there's also this element of recharging, of healing. Okay? Trust what you see. Trust what you know. It's not all in your head, and you are being moved into a time of stability, of celebration, of community, of healing, and of really knowing who you are and who you're meant to be. And I love that for you, group number 2. You're stepping through this passage, through this portal that is allowing you to become your destiny, allowing you to become who you're destined to be. And that, I feel like, is going to play out in more than one way, but the ways that are really predominantly showing up in this reading is who you're destined to be financially, or who you're destined to be in your career, as well as who you're destined to be with. Whether that's friends, family, or romantic, maybe all of them, or some of them, or one of them. But those are what's coming through here for you, okay, group number 2. But this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and leave this reading here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose pile number 2, and consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 3. Those of you that chose tarot deck number 3 here with the pink agate, this reading is for you, and we are looking at your current energy and what guidance your guides have in regards to that. So group number 3, starting off, there's this sense of scattered energy coming in for you guys, but also behind that, I feel like group number 3, you guys are a channel, right? You guys are receiving a lot of downloads, you're receiving a lot of information, you're receiving energetic blueprints, you're receiving maybe even going through spiritual awakenings, but you guys are an energetic channel for spirit. Spirit works through you, your guides work through you. So you may be in a current space where you are in need of adjusting your vibration. Some of you guys are trying to work on manifestation. Some of you guys are trying to do something very specific, and maybe there's been this blockage or this kind of, maybe you've received like something that you weren't actually trying to manifest. Distortion almost is really what I'm picking up on here. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that for some of you guys, maybe you don't realize that you're channeling, or that spirit, the universe, your guides are working through you. But also I feel like there's something here where maybe you're focusing only on what you think you're capable of, or only on what you think you can actually manifest, and that's causing you to try to manifest something other than what you truly desire. So like there's these mixed signals, these wires are crossed in some way, shape, or form. Interesting. So that's what I'm picking up on coming into your reading. Let's go ahead, group number 3, and get into your cards. We're going to start off by taking a look at your current energy. Current energy for group number 3, please. Okay, we have Temperance. Yes. We have the Ace of Cups. You guys are so magical. I'm also seeing Monet here in this particular Ace of Cups. Some of you guys may be artists, or maybe very, very good at manifesting through art, like an art witch type situation here. As well as for some of you guys, there may just be, it may be kind of like a doorway for you to connect with spirit, with guides, with your manifestations, with a higher vibration, is through certain art pieces or certain energies. Interesting. We also have the Page of Swords. Okay, so group number 3, what I'm really seeing here is, for one, you guys are very magical. You guys have a very magical soul. You guys are my alchemists. You are my magicians. You are the souls that can turn lead into gold, right? With the Temperance here, like you guys are very good at transforming and transmuting energy. You're very good at manifesting. You're very good at spiritual and psychic work. Maybe even divination with this Page of Swords here. That may be something that you're beginning to kind of, dip your toes in, is what I'm seeing with this Page of Swords here. But with this Page of Swords, I'm also picking up on this inability to make a decision, or to stick with a decision. And that may be part of the problem coming through with this kind of distorted manifestation that I was picking up on, group number 3. It's like there's something that you truly want, that you truly desire, that you'd really like to fill your cup with here, that would be very fulfilling for you. but it's like you start out desiring this manifestation, and then along the way you begin convincing yourself that that's too much, or that's too big, or that's unrealistic, or maybe I should dim myself down a little bit to, you know, make sure I get some sort of results. Or, you know, there's something here where it's almost like you're talking yourself out of what it is that you desire. Interesting. So yeah, group number 3, you guys are my glass half full kind of people, though. I think you guys are my philosophers, my see life through a different type of lens, type of souls here. Very magical, very mystical, very unique. I'm also really seeing, though, that you're very giving to others, but when it comes to giving to yourself, and that may be part of this distortion as well, it's like, well, I don't need that much, though. I don't need, you know, somebody else could use that more than me. Like, kind of talking yourself out of giving to yourself. So I feel like group number 3, your guides are really wanting to address that, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some more cards for group number 3, please. What does group number 3 need to know? We have the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords in reverse, okay? Okay, so what I'm seeing here, group number 3 is your guides want you to know that so how I'm reading this is there was something initially with the 6 of Cups from your past where you were maybe having to be a caregiver, or you were in a position where you felt like you needed to provide for others. And this caused this kind of disconnect between providing for yourself because there was others that needed it more than you, or you convinced yourself of that. Or maybe you lived in a time where things were very scarce. Maybe food was very scarce, money was very scarce. Very poverty type energy coming through here with the 6 of Cups, where you didn't have a lot, or you provided for maybe siblings, or you had to care for somebody else, and you've kind of held on to this energy through your life, and it's like you're still living in that energy of other people need it more than I do, or I don't want other people to feel the way that I did, so I'm going to give everything that I have to other people because I'd rather live in this energy because I already know how to navigate it than to see anybody else have to navigate this energy. And your guides are really wanting to acknowledge that and really wanting to tell you that it's okay for you to fill your own cup up, okay? It's okay for you to no longer live in that past. You're no longer there. That's no longer necessary, group number 3. We have the 8 of Pentacles as well, which is telling me that there's something that you've really been working on for a long time, that you've been perfecting, that you've been doing over and over again. And I'm seeing this again with it under the Temperance of the turning lead into gold. Really trying to build something, trying to create something, trying to manifest something, trying to manifest money, trying to manifest abundance, trying to manifest wealth, a business, entrepreneurship. You've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into group number 3. And Spirit is saying a big part of what is blocking this is your perception of money, of wealth, of abundance, of stability, of security. Because you're still living in this kind of mindset subconsciously that like, well, I already know how to navigate this energy, so I'd rather give everything I have to other people so they don't have to navigate this energy because I already know how to. I'm good. It's fine. So that's kind of where that distortion is coming through here. And your guides want you to know that poverty is not your truth. self-sacrifice is not your truth. There is a time and place for things like that, but you don't have to live that way every day, group number 3, okay? Let's pull some more cards here. We have the Moon. Okay. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, yeah. And we have the Chariot. So group number 3, oh, also the subconscious energy. Okay, the subconscious energy, we have the Eight of Swords here. That makes a lot of sense. So group number 3, what I'm seeing here with the Moon is that there may be a sense of fear of success, which I know can sound kind of redundant, or even like kind of like an oxymoron, because everybody wants success. But the thing about that is if it's something you've never experienced, there can be fear surrounding it. And that's really what I'm picking up on here, is fear of success. Potentially too, because you may be fearful of losing people around you, because when people start to succeed, you begin experiencing a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, a lot of even hatred sometimes from people around you. Because misery loves company, group number 3. Misery loves company. And when that company begins to elevate themselves, when that company begins to drift away and begins to build a life, begins to build wealth and abundance, those people or those souls that are still stuck in that misery can cause a lot of pain. It can be very difficult to move out of that kind of stereotypical energy. And I feel like that kind of scares you, even if it's very deep down. It's like there's something here that scares you because you don't want people to look at you that way. And that may be part of the driving factor as to why you give everything away as well. Or why you live in this kind of self-sacrificial energy. But the Moon also represents the unknown, right? And though we can be fearful of our success or fearful of the unknown, the only way for us to live in a different reality is to step into the unknown. And that's something here that I think your guides are really pushing you towards, is to step into that unknown, to step into something that you've never done before, something that you've never experienced before, because that's the only way you're going to be able to build your legacy, your castle. That's the only way you're going to be able to build your business, your community, your legacy, your abundance, is by doing something that you have never done before, which may include investing into yourself, investing into your business, upgrading your tools, taking risks. Some of you guys, and we also have the Chariot here, so some of you guys, there's something here about really needing to maybe move or travel to either experience something, or moving your home to a different location, or moving jobs in order to come up out of this hardship. So that may be something that you've been thinking about as well. Like, well, it would be so much easier for me to do my work if I lived here, or if I was employed in this place, or maybe even if I changed schools or took classes in this other place, or however that might come through for you. And your guides are coming through here saying, absolutely, movement is key here. right? Movement into the unknown, movement into things that you haven't done before, movement into doing things differently is something very, very significant for you in regards to turning your lead into gold, group number 3, okay? And then the subconscious energy we have here is the 8 of Swords. So underneath it all, it's like you're feeling very trapped where you are. You're feeling very trapped, feeling very restricted because you're telling yourself that other people need it more than I do, or it's not okay for me to leave this place because they need me, or because they're going to be upset with me, or because if I succeed, then they're all going to call me a sellout, or they're all going to be jealous. So there's a lot of subconscious energy of feeling very trapped. And with the Temperance here, this is Sagittarius energy, there's a need for freedom, liberation. Okay, group number 3. So what I'm really seeing here is allowing yourself to align yourself to your desires and your true wish here, your true manifestation that you're desiring. It's going to require you to untie yourself. It's going to require you to cut those cords. It's going to require you to step away from this idea that you can only manifest so much because you have to be here to provide for somebody else, or because you have to dim your light so that others around you still accept you. Spirit is saying no, no more. No more dimming your light. No more sacrificing yourself. It's time for movement. It's time for you to move for you. Okay? Let's pull some oracle messages here for group number 3, please. We have the Aspen Spirit with courage. Yes. So courage and bravery are not the absence of fear, right? They're taking the action even though the fear is there. You can't be brave if you do something that you weren't apprehensive to do in the first place, right? It takes courage to do something that you're fearful of, right? And then we also have patience with the foggy bog. Yeah. So I feel like this has been something that you've been working on for a long time already, group number 3, and your guides are saying like, it's time to take action, right? You've waited long enough is what I'm seeing with that. It's like you've waited long enough. Now that it's just creating confusion. Now it's just creating distortion. Now wires are just being crossed and you're manifesting things that you don't truly want, or that aren't as big as what you desire. To keep other people comfortable. No, make them uncomfortable, group number 3. That's what your guides are saying. Make them uncomfortable. And I know that may sound harsh, or that may sound mean, but you can't continuously shrink yourself to please others. And that's kind of, I feel like, a lesson here, a soul lesson that you're currently going through, especially with the moon, is it's time to choose yourself. It's time to grow for yourself. It's time to make yourself comfortable instead of sacrificing your own comfort to make sure other people aren't disrupted or aren't uncomfortable around you. We have the Belladonna Visions with caution, guidance, clarity, and stand firm. Yeah, you are being very guided to think bigger, to go bigger, and to follow these very clear visions that you have instead of watering them down. Okay? Stand firm. Stand up for yourself. I do feel like you guys are very psychic. We have the moon, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Chariot, that's Cancer energy, that's Pisces energy, a lot of water energy here for you guys. And the Belladonna visions, you have a vision, see it through, okay? And then we also have drawing down the moon, divine feminine, source, channel, and stillness. And what did I say right at the beginning of this reading? You guys are a channel. You guys are a channel. You are very connected to source. You're very, very spiritually and psychically connected, and you know what you're meant to do. You know what you're meant to create. You know where you're meant to go, but there's this dilution or this confusion surrounding it because you're trying to make sure that the people around you are comfortable or still accept you in some way, shape, or form. And Spirit's really guiding you to embrace yourself, to embrace your authenticity, to embrace your gifts, to embrace your destiny, to embrace your legacy, and move towards that instead of moving towards what other people would be okay with you doing. Okay? You guys maybe even experience some telepathic energies is something that I'm picking up on here, and that may be part of what causes you to act outside of yourself, because you pick up on the thoughts and the ideas that other people have, and it's like you already hear what they're saying about what you manifest, or already hear what they're saying about the choices that you make, and that causes you to act outside of yourself. Interesting. Okay, group number 3, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below, let me know if you chose pile number 3. Consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you guys so very much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, my beautiful group number 4. Those of you that chose tarot deck number 4, the Crystal Visions Tarot, with the Tiger's Eye here. This reading is for you, and we are looking at your current energy and any guidance or advice that your guides have in regards to that at this time. So group number 4, coming into your reading, something that I was picking up on is, for one, kind of learning about spell work, or witchcraft in general, maybe for some of you guys, or like what that truly is. Some of you guys may even have like an aversion to that. It may trigger you, it may cause fear. So that may be something that you're currently experiencing, or something that maybe is surfacing for you because of the way that you were raised or what you were taught to believe. So maybe your belief systems are being challenged at this time, group number 4. That's definitely something that I'm picking up on here in your energy for this pile. And boundaries, like this need for boundaries, this need maybe to create a safe space for you to explore your beliefs, for you to explore who you are and the direction that you want to go in life. So there's something here about outside influences being very significant for group number 4 here. In regards to your belief system specifically is what I'm seeing, but I feel like you guys are going through a period in life where you are being asked to enforce boundaries, to empower yourself, to take control of your life, and maybe even to take your power back from something or someone in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead, group number 4, and get into your cards. We're going to start off by taking a look at your current energy. Okay. Group number 4's, okay, current energy. I'm going to take this. We have the Chariot. Group number 4, I feel like you're running away from something. Or someone, potentially. We also have the Five of Wands. Yeah, okay. There's definitely conflict. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So group number 4, what I'm really seeing here in your energy field is like this desire to run away. This desire to even potentially do the complete and total opposite of what you were told to do. I'm feeling like very rebellious, kind of almost teenager energy here. Some of you guys, your inner teenager may be kind of lashing out. Or maybe feeling very attacked right now. There's just something here really about wanting to run into the woods and, you know, live in a little witch hut in the woods all by yourself, wanting to retreat, wanting to rebel, wanting to fight against the machine, if you will, or wanting to fight against maybe even family. With the Chariot here, you may be at odds or in conflict with immediate family, parents, siblings. And for some of you guys, I'm picking up on this idea that part of it has to do with, so group number 4, you guys are you're my curse breakers. You're my souls that don't just fall in line, that don't just pretend like nothing ever happened. And I feel like there was maybe an injustice, maybe a very large injustice that happened in the family, whether it be just in the family in general or to a specific person or from one person to another. And it's like the rest of the family is enabling the person that caused the harm, and you aren't standing for it. You're not standing for it. And this is making you the bad guy. Right? And then we have that kind of element of boundaries coming in here where I feel like your guides are saying, stand your ground. You know, the reason why these particular situations happen is because the other people don't want to acknowledge. They enable because they don't want to acknowledge the truth. And that can be very toxic. That can be very harmful to the other people around. But unfortunately, that's just kind of how it goes. But group number 4, you guys are the kind of breaker of that chain. And that's difficult. It's difficult to be that person. But I feel like that's the energy that you're in, and you may be in conflict with your parents. You may be fighting with your parents or with family members or with friends or with whatever kind of dynamic or group that this is set in for you. It may be a little bit different for everybody. But with the Chariot, I am seeing the mother. So maybe something happened with siblings or with another family member, and your mother is essentially choosing their side over yours and wanting you to let your boundaries down, or wanting you to let it go or just pretend like it never happened, so that everything can just be easy. And there's a refusal here, and your guides are really wanting you to enforce that refusal. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Group number 4. We have the Moon. Secrets, denial, shadow energies coming forth here. The Wheel of Fortune. And the 4 of Swords. Group number 4. Group number 4, I see you. Okay? I see you. I feel like you guys revealed a lot of secrets. You revealed a lot of truth, and all of the people that these were revealed to are denying it, are fighting it, are calling you the bad guy, or trying to, make you out to be the bad guy for illuminating this. And the only way to create change, the only way to break that chain, the only way to move forward, the only way to create a new dynamic in future generations is to expose these secrets and these betrayals and this, whatever these things were that were done behind closed doors. You guys are the illuminator. You guys went into the darkest parts, the darkest parts of your family, the darkest parts of this group of people, whatever it is, and you lit that up, and it's creating a lot of conflict around you. But your guides are here saying that they are so proud of you. I'm also seeing here, for some of you guys, maybe you're a mother, or, a woman that plans to be a mother in the future, and there's this kind of refusal, like, I refuse to allow my kids to go through what I went through. I refuse to make my children go through this type of life where you have to keep your mouth shut, where you have to allow abuse, where you have to allow people to do harm to you or to do you wrong and just pretend like everything's okay. I refuse. So because of that refusal, I'm going to expose the lies and the cheating and the harm and the things that have been done behind closed doors, and it's going to create conflict, and it's going to create fighting, and it's going to stir up things in my immediate presence, but it's going to change the future. And I'm going to be able to rest easy tonight knowing that what I did planted a seed for a better future for my kids, for a better future for me to have my mind at ease, because I'm not holding secrets for somebody that lies or betrays or did me wrong or did other people wrong. I'm not going to just stand by and allow this to happen. Even if that means I'm going to essentially lose the people around me right now. I'm going to sleep easy tonight knowing that I did the right thing, that I stood up for justice, that I stood up for myself, that I exposed people that did harm to either myself or others. There's something here about your moral compass being on point and it creating a lot of friction around you, because the people around you would rather you just keep your mouth shut and pretend like everything is fine, like nothing happened. And you're not that person. Yeah. But I see you, group number 4. I know that being that person isn't easy. Even though the decision to be that person may be easy, being that person and allowing those cords to be cut, allowing people to tell their story with you being the villain in their story can be difficult. It can be difficult to allow to happen because you're not the villain. You exposed the villain. Okay. We have the King of Swords. Yeah, you guys are standing on your word, on your morals, on your business right now. The Hermit, yeah. And the Ace of Swords, you guys. And the subconscious energy we have is the Tower. I'm not surprised by that at all. So, yeah, I feel like subconsciously there's a lot of a lot of pre-existing kind of belief structures that are being torn down, group number 4. Like everything you've been taught is a lie, because all of this is being exposed, and you're choosing to stand in your decision to expose the truth here. And it does maybe isolate you. With the Hermit here, it causes you to, again, like I said in the beginning, it's like you want to run away. Like you want to run away into the woods and just live in a treehouse or be by yourself. And we have the Hermit here, and this is saying that you are kind of retreating into yourself. It is leading you to your purpose, and this kind of isolation or this separation from the world or from your immediate family or from this community or whoever, however this happens for you, because this is a general reading, you are being separated from a lot of energies right now, from the people who created these belief systems, from toxic energies, from all of that. But that's not a bad thing, group number 4, even though being alone, you know, sometimes we're even taught to believe that being alone is a bad thing, that you have to have a partner, that you have to, you know, be with your family regardless. You have, you know, blood is thicker than water, and all of that is a very distorted point of view to try to justify the actions of the people who are causing harm. But you guys are definitely moving into your Hermit energy. You're moving into solitude. You're moving away from chaos. You are moving forward into yourself, into your authenticity, into your own belief system, into a new kind of generational cycle, because you're breaking this one. This one's no longer going to exist here with the decisions that you've made to expose the truth, to allow the conflict, to create the friction. The friction gave this wheel the ability to move forward. And it's like you are starting a whole brand new generational kind of line here. That it starts with you. And this is leading you to purpose. It's leading you to a path of authenticity and to a whole new belief system. Like I said, with the Tower subconsciously here, there's a belief system. There is a structure of your life that you've been taught to live that is collapsing. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards here, group number 4. And I just want to say, like, I'm so proud of you. So we have the bear spirit with healing. And again, I'm getting that kind of that mama bear energy here, like I did with the moon, like this energy of I will not allow future generations to go through life the way that I had to, or to experience this, whatever this is. I will not allow it. Which means that I have to do the healing, which means that I have to do the work, which means that I have to go through the conflict, which means that I have to, you know, expose these secrets and these lies and this. I have to be the bad guy in their story. And then we also have retreat. Yeah, there's that little cabin in the woods right there. That may be very significant for some of you guys. And both of these are winter cards. Introspection, very much so retreat energy, going inside, being alone, solitude, hibernation type energy here for healing. And for kind of moving forward and starting this whole new kind of line from you, like you've broke this chain and it's like you're starting a new chain, right? Let's pull some more cards here. Group number 4, please. You may also be going, like, simultaneously healing some sort of mother or feminine wounding here. Sacral chakra. Oh, we have pyrokinesis, debate, rage, revolution, attention. You guys, I can't even make this up. Revolution. That's like really what I'm seeing with this 5 of Wands. Like, you are really stirring things up here. Group number 4, in a way that it needs to happen. To purify, to transmute, right? Pyrokinesis, that's fire. The Burning Man, collective power, supreme prayer, 3 of Cups, and celebration. Yeah, you are going to be victorious here. You are going to be celebrating here. You are creating change on a multi-dimensional level. You are creating a whole new line, a whole new generational line that starts with you, a whole new cycle. You've broken some sort of generational cycle or generational curse or whatever it is that you call it. You were the link that broke intentionally. And I feel like maybe this trauma, this abuse, this toxicity, these secrets and the denial and the betrayal has been something that has been in your family bloodline for a long, long time. And you're breaking that chain, and all of that is being transmuted. And it feels very big. This feels very big. This feels like a very multi-dimensional, higher power type of cycle breaking here. This could be something that your soul has been working on for multiple lifetimes. And it's like it's finally happening in this lifetime, and you're going to be able to rest, and you're going to be able to build and create that new belief system and start that new kind of chain, start fresh. Interesting. But this is what I'm seeing for my beautiful group number 4. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below. Let me know if you chose this pile. Consider subscribing if you feel called to do so. I thank you guys so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.